Okay, so for relationship field, first data type that we have is a lookup. Second is called a master detail. Both of them are relationship fields. Okay, so we will start working with lookup. I'll talk about master details after some time. Okay, so lookup is the generic relationship field and we will use that. So if I go back to my app, let me just log in quickly to the app that we have created. Manish, can you just type in the password in the chat window? Yeah, login so it remembers. Password is what I need. Thank you.
You want my password and this login ID?
Uh, yeah, who is that? Amish? No, no. I
Yeah.
was asking Manish.
अच्छा अच्छा ठीक okay.
There is a Manish and there is one Amish. Okay.
Rhyming words.
Rhyming words exactly. Okay. So what we have here is let's go back to the app. Sorry, the object. Which object is that? The project object. Okay, so in the project object I have a field called manager. Now we understand that this manager should not be a text field, this should be a relationship field. So all that I have to do is I just have to go ahead and create a relationship field here. For creating one more field I just need to go to setup, create objects, and what is the object name? Project. On project I need a field called manager, so just go ahead and click on new. Okay, so the field type is going to be lookup relationship because this is a relationship field. That's it. All that you have to do is you just have to pick a field type like the lookup relationship. Click on next. Which object you want to connect to? I want to connect to the consultant object. Fine, so related to means which object you want to connect it to. And go to next. Rest everything is same. So label and name and click on next. Make it visible. Go ahead, click on next. Next. Save. So now this is a relationship field. I've already created a relationship field called consultant. All right, on the project. Should I have called it manager? Yes, I should have. Okay, this should be called manager field. That's it. Now in the projects you have a field called manager field, but this is not a text field. This is a relationship field, which means it will look up for the value on the consultant object. So if you have records in the consultant object, sorry. Okay, so now I have created a record in consultant object. Now if I go to projects and try to create a new project, Okay, who is the manager? So manager's data should come from here. All right. So that's what a lookup relationship field will do. So it creates a relationship and relates two objects. Now this becomes a relationship field and it connects this object with this object. Got it? Similarly, I need one more field here on the project, which is client. So I also want a field here called client to understand that project has come from which client. The client should be what field? Should it be a text or a pick list or what?
Master detail.
Sorry?
Master
It
detail.
can be a big list because projects can have, like many clients can be there.
Okay. Why not
Or
relationship?
oh no, we can keep okay in that way. Relationship, yes.
It
We
should
can
be a
we
relationship.
can yes we can connect it with the client table also.
Right. That is what we have to do. So this should be a relationship. So it's going to be a lookup field. Okay. So the relationship field is the data type is going to be lookup. All right. So just go to project, create one more field. It will be lookup relationship. This time it's related to client. That's it. Okay. Now you can connect your project with the client as well. See, there's a lookup field to fetch the client information. There's a lookup field to fetch the manager information. Correct? So life becomes simpler with these lookup fields. We are able to relate them. Okay. Now, while we have a relation between two database objects, if two objects are connected or related, what we just did is we just created a relationship between two objects, right? So when there is a relationship between two objects, one has to be a parent and the other one has to be a child. Okay. So in this relationship, if I talk about the project and consultant, now project and consultant are related, project and client are related. Okay. So for project and consultant, which is the parent, which is the child? Okay. Leave that.
Consultant is the parent
Yes.
and project will be the child because it's taking value from consultant.
Yes. Okay. So same way project and client, which is the parent, which is the child? For client and project, which one is parent and which one is child?
Client will be the parent and projects will be the child, I guess.
Why? The answer is correct, but why? Why do you think so?
But because in projects, I'll mention, I guess this project client is there, na? Client as a relationship. So it
Okay,
will be fetching the data from client table, like client's name, website, and all of it.
right.
One
Okay.
to many concept.
Sorry.
One to many, right?
One
Relationship
to
is
many. Yes.
one to many. Yeah.
Right. So that's what we have to understand. One client can have multiple projects, but one project cannot have multiple clients. So from that point of view, we understand that okay, fine. Client is the parent and project is the child. All right. So it's a one to many relationship here. Okay. Now, master detail relationship, I will talk a little later. Okay. So don't worry about master detail relationship at all at now. Okay. So the relationship that we just dealt with was a one to many relationship where there is a parent and there is a child. So you have a parent and child. But sometimes what happens is you are not able to understand which is a parent and which is a child. Okay. You need to relate two objects and none of them is parent. Okay. And that happens if there is a many to many relationship. Okay, now you must be wondering what is many to many relationship. Let's come back to this. All right. Let's say projects and consultants. Okay. I want to track which consultant is working on which project. Okay. The company wants to know which consultant works on which project. Now, in that scenario, we created one field manager. So there's just one manager for a project, and that manager's value comes from consultant. That was simple. Okay. So let's say I'm not tracking the manager thing and all. I just want to create a relationship to understand which consultant is working on which project. Okay, that's what the company wants to track. So if there are 10 consultants working on a project, I want to track that. Okay, and if one consultant is working on 10 different projects, I want to track that as well. In this case, what do you think? Which one is going to be parent and which is going to be child? You got my requirement, right? So, what do you think? Which one will be the parent and which one will be the child? If I want to track who is working on which project, I need to do some sort of
In this
relationship.
case, I guess both. In this case, I think both will both will be the parents. Like if one consultant is related to many projects, then
Mm-hmm.
many consultants will be related to many projects. So both will be kind of parents.
Right. So, both are parents, or we are not able to exactly figure out who is the parent because one consultant can be connected to multiple projects. Let's say, I say that we four are consultants working in a company, and our company has 10 projects. So, some of us might be working on multiple projects. Let's say Pearl works on 5 projects, and on one project there can be multiple people. Let's say there is a project on which three of us are working, right? So there is no clear one to many here. This is a many to many relationship. Okay. So this kind of scenario we need to create a many to many relationship. Got it? So anywhere the other scenario was simple. One project can be connected to a client, and you cannot have you cannot have one project connected to multiple clients. Okay, you can just have one client connected to multiple projects. So this was a simple one to many. So for that, all that I needed to do is create a lookup relationship, and that was it. But now my requirement is a many to many relationship. Please let me know if anyone is not clear with this many to many relationship concept. We understand what exactly is happening here, right? So sometimes you see that the data, one record from one object can be connected to multiple records on the other object, and vice versa. In that case, it's not a one-to-many relationship. It's called a many-to-many relationship. Okay. So for a many-to-many relationship, how do we deal with that now? Where do I create that relationship field? Where do I create the lookup field? So it's very simple. You just have to remember a few things which you need to do. Create one more object. Okay. Make the new object as child of both parent objects. Okay. So in this case, to establish this many-to-many relationship, what you need is you will need one more object which acts as a child of both the objects. Okay. So in this case, project and consultant, I will need one more object, and usually this object is called the junction object. Okay, you can name it anything. Let's say you call it assignment. So this assignment object, the new third object that you have created, needs to have one lookup field from consultant. So it should be connected to consultant with a lookup field, and it should have one lookup field on the project. So this becomes a common child basically. Now through this child object, both of them can be connected. So you don't have to create a relationship field on this or this. All that you have to do is, because it's a many-to-many relationship, all that you have to do is go ahead and create one more object. This is termed as a junction object. Go to this object and create these two fields here. Got it? So a lookup to connect it with the consultant, a lookup to connect it with the project. Okay, and through this object, both of them will be connected. So now if there is a project, that project is connected here. Okay, let's say there is a project ABCD. So that project ABCD will be connected here on this assignment, and then that record will be connected to a consultant, and that consultant is coming from here. So that relationship is working here. All right. So it's pretty simple. Just go to setup, create one more object, which is going to be my junction object. So I need two lookup fields here, right? One comes from the consultant and the other comes from project. So first of all, let me create a lookup field for consultant. and one more which will be connected to the client. Okay, so now my junction object is ready. If you create a project ABC, oh sorry, I connected it with the client thing, no? Should be between project and consultant, right? The second lookup field that I've created is with the client. Okay, it will not let me edit. So I'll have to delete and then create the other one. So one relationship of this assignment object is with consultant, the other should be with project. Okay, So now there is assignment under a project and there's an assignment under the consultant. So these two objects are going to be connected through an assignment. All right. So let's say ABC. Under ABC, I create a new assignment. Okay. And I connect it with this consultant. All right. And there can be assignment number A1, let's say. That's it. So this ways you can have multiple assignments under one project or a consultant, right? And each assignment is connected to a consultant and a project. So this ways you can have a many to many relationship created. So now you are able to track which consultant is working on which project as part of an assignment. Okay, is the concept clear how we actually did that? It's a very simple thing. So when I'm not directly able to connect two things, then what I do, I create a bridge between them. So that's what I've done. I've just created a junction object, as simple as that. Okay, so when I'm not able to set up a connect between these two things directly, what I've done is I've created a third object, and this third object is connected to consultant, this is connected to project. So that is what we have done. So you just have created an object which is acting as a junction object, and that connects on both the sides. Okay, so the terminology might sound a little, swanky kind of thing, that oh, many to many relationship and stuff like that. It's nothing like that, just a simple concept. Because I have no option of creating one single relationship field, the only thing that I needed is an additional object. So wherever you see that you are not able to decide on a parent or a child, and you have that requirement of a many to many, where one record from an object gets connected to many records on the other object, both the sides, then you need a many to many relationship. All right, and that's how you create it. Okay, very very simple concept. Okay, now the other thing that we are going to do is field dependency. Okay, so what's a field dependency? Field dependency is making one field dependent on the other field. All right, so to understand this, let's go back to the client object. Okay, okay, so in the client object, let me have a few more fields created. Let's say create a city field here, and for city I have these things. Let's say London, Bangalore, Mumbai, Hello. Yeah. Hello.
Hello?
Okay. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I think we
All
disconnected
right.
or
Hello,
something.
Yeah.
It's in the. Okay.
Hello. You
it's
can hear me
working now,
now.
no? Yeah, yeah, I can hear you.
Great. Okay. So we are just creating a city field here. Okay. So I've created one more city field here, which is like which is a few options. All right. Let's say. All right. So that's my city field in the clients. Now what I'm trying to do is when I create a new account, no matter which country I select, I get to see all the cities. Okay. This is what I don't want. I just want that if I select a particular country, I should be able to see only the cities from that country. So if I select US, I should only see San Francisco and New York. If I select India, because it's fine. Now we just have 4 5 options. But if I have, maybe 50 options, then it becomes very difficult. So what you want to do is you just want to make sure that only the cities which come under a particular country, they are being visible. All right. How do you do that? It's pretty simple. You just have to go to setup, create objects where you created the object. Go to the project object and no, not project. That was for client object, right? So go to the client object and define a field dependency. So in whichever object you want to create that field dependency in, you just need to come to that object and you see custom fields and relationships. Here, if I click on new, it will create a new field for me. But I don't want to create a new field. I want to create a field dependency. All right. So just click on field dependency here and click a new field dependency. Okay. Here you have to define which is a controlling field and which is a dependent field. So I want to create a dependency between country and city. So which is dependent and which is controlling field in this case? Controlling field which will be which one? City or country?
Country.
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 Which is the dependent one? City. Go to next. Okay. So the moment you choose that controlling and dependent, it shows you a grid like this. So you just have to choose which all cities under which country you want to see. So under India, I want to see Bangalore. You can press Control and select multiple values. Okay. So here it's written use Control plus click to select multiple cells. Okay. So for India, I need to see Bangalore and Mumbai. For US, I want to see. Hello, can you hear me? Hello, hello, can you hear me? Hello, 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 hello. Hello.